Welcome to the I Am Show. My name is Ibrahim Mustafa, right here in Ghana, West Africa, and I always promise to bring you the best in terms of what we do and how we do what we do. So the show is to promote, to inspire people, let you know that anything that you dream of is always possible. You can reach your dreams if you believe, if you know that you can do it. Just go out and do it. So today we are going to have an inspirational moment, and we are going to interview Elise Jang, and she will mention her name right and maybe introduce herself to us for us to know what we can do. But if you are watching, if you are listening on IM Radio, you can also check us out on IM Radio, where we'll be posting this so that for more people to watch and for more people to view. So, whatever it is, live your dreams and never stop dreaming. Believe in yourself, create opportunities for yourself, and know that it is always going to be possible in life or in whatever you are doing. So, my name once again is Ibrahim Mustafa, and I always bring you interviews just to help you and create that rapport. So I want to bring our guest up, and maybe she comes and introduce herself. Right. So welcome, Elise Jang.
Hello, Ibrahim. Nice to
Right,
meet you.
right, right. So welcome, and maybe you can introduce yourself a little. I know in the when we start, you get to get the inspiration to show your face because people are
Yes,
waiting. Right.
sure. Uh, yes, my name is Elise. My Korean name is Hyeonhee, and it means actually wise and bright. But it's a very TMI. And I'm also a translator. I translate both from English to Korean and Korean to English. Um, my expertise is mostly focused in marketing, game contents, and video subtitle translations. And yeah, that's it.
Wow, wow, that's great and that's powerful. So you've worked like the next question I want to ask you is, and seeing some of the things you have uh, put in together in
Mm.
terms of whatever you do. So what motivates you?
What motivates me, huh?
Right.
Well, I actually always wanted to use my language skills because I really love to talk both in Korean and English. And I obviously, in the beginning, I didn't really know what to do with my skills. I was searching for something to do with these skills, and but when I was in university, actually, um, I took this class. I still remember the name of this class, although it was quite many years ago. It was about English literature and international literature. And the professor actually introduced some of the overseas literatures that were translated into English. And he was like talking about how they can be also considered as like English literature in sort of a broad spectrum, right? And when we were doing that, he was introducing a Korean novel that was translated into English. And then when he was talking about it, he was like so enthusiastic, and he was like emphasizing on how i- difficult it is to convey all the cultural differences, all the differences of the emotion underlying in that literature when you're translating it into another language. And when I was listening to this lecture, I thought, wow, I want to be that person who figures out how to convey that culture, how to convey that emotion into another language. I want to be that person. And that's basically how I got to dream about becoming a translator. And obviously, actually, although I really, really wanted to do literature translation right away, it's really, really hard to do a literature translation from the start because it won't be really, really easy um, since you don't have any background or any career experiences, right? So what I did was to first look for a sort of a translation experience. And then I joined in a marketing agency that had a lot of global clients such as Netflix, Samsung, Coca-Cola, Airbnb, PNG, etc., etc. I cannot even remember all the clients. But yeah, so that's where I started. So I started with business translation at first, and then since I got to experience a little bit of Netflix there, I started experiencing the subtitle translation field as well, thanks to my background of experiencing Netflix a little bit during when I was working for that marketing agency, and then um after working on subtitle translation, I slowly started looking for literature translation as well, because that now that I have gained maybe 7 to 8 years of experiences, maybe there will be some literature translation opportunities for me, right? Since now I have some sort of career, and then I actually found a client. Uh, Funny story, found a client on Clubhouse. When I was not actually looking for a client, I wasn't looking for a client, I swear. I was actually just talking about my dream and to my good friend on Clubhouse, and I was just talking to her. I really want to translate literature someday. It's my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is to translate Korean literature into English. And I was just talking about dreams, and I wasn't like expecting anything. I was just sharing my dream with my friend, and actually in the same room there was a CEO of a translation agency that was directly linked to this Korean Literature Translation Institute, which was under the governmental facilities. And and when she was listening to me, after listening to my story, she just approached me and said, I am actually the CEO of this translation agency linked to this Korean Translation Institute. Why don't you send your resume and your translation sample, and I'll take a look at it and see if I can give you some, translation job for the literature. And I at that right moment, I just polished my resume. I polished my translation sample and sent her right away, like at that exact night. And yeah, and then she gave me the job. Just gave me some offer to translate Korean literature into English. So
Great,
yeah,
great.
yeah.
So, wow. So, if you are listening, this is the I Am Radio, and we have a live interview with Elise Jang, and she's from South Korea, and uh, and she's inspiring our audience. So, just search on I Am Radio online. You get to see us, and also monitor us. If you are monitoring online live, will be on YouTube and on different platforms. So, if you are here, if you have questions, you can put the questions on board, and let's get them answered, and let's get interactive. It's an inspirational show, and we are talking to Alice Jam, and she's sharing her inspiration about how she gotten even a contract on Clubhouse. So, Alice, and if you can also inspire us with the Kalo, what's the name of it? Your craft?
My craft. You mean
Yes,
my cello?
your cello. Yeah,
Yes, I mean, it's cello my craft. I don't know.
not your craft. Not your craft, but you love doing that, and you've been doing that
Yeah.
since you were a child, and that's the power of the cello.
Well, cello is actually closer to sort of my stress reliever rather
Okay,
than my craft.
so maybe
Um,
once you use that one, you play that one to release the stress.
yes, exactly. So, yeah, music is really a therapy to me. Music is really a therapy to me, and whenever I feel stressed or I need some inspiration, or I don't know, I need whenever I need to blow off my steam, basically I just pick up my cello and play it. And obviously, well, I guess I relevantly have good pitch. compared to other people. And I usually can play anything if I know the melody. I don't need the sheet music. So
Right.
yeah, and I have been playing cello since I was probably like 7 years old. I don't remember the exact age. Um,
Oh,
and I actually started because my mom really loved string instruments, and she recommended that I should play the cello. And it's basically because I started because my mom asked me to, uh, rather forced me to. But I ended up liking it so much because like I really loved how the sound that cello made, and it was really therapeutic to me. And whenever I played cello, it would relieve my stress, and it will actually increase my productivity even after playing it. So yeah.
great, great, great. So, if you have it here, why don't we listen to it?
Um. Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe another time because it's like almost 11 p.m. and I think
Okay,
it will. Yeah, I will disturb my neighbors. I actually
okay,
got a complaint from my neighbor that my cello was too loud, and they asked me not to play at late at night. But I will share
great,
it sometime later. Yeah,
great.
in the another time.
So you've gotten the opportunity to to do a lot of stuff. We've gotten an opportunity to do freelancing,
Mm,
like with people, companies like Netflix. Gotten the
mm,
opportunity to do freelancing with companies like you mentioned Coca-Cola. You've gotten the opportunity to do like freelancing with different organizations, like top clients that
mm-hmm.
you can. So what is it that's like makes you different to get all these great opportunities?
Oh well. Actually, I think it's really thanks to me being proactive, like taking action right away, and like being very very ambitious, and being very like pushing myself
Right.
into doing everything. Because like obviously at first I just started mm, working for less popular slash famous companies. I guess I started with that, but then I just kept looking for better opportunities, and I
Right.
kept, yeah, I kept submitting my resumes. I mean, like I think I wrote, I mean, I submitted my resume to at least like 500 companies.
Oh,
In a
right.
little bit of exaggeration, of course. Yes, and I just look for better opportunities consistently, and I just consistently challenge myself to work for better the series that I really wanted to work for. And I guess I was lucky also too, because I was able to find the right clients that I wanted to work for. Yeah, and I just kept trying until I could get the job. And um, actually, for the old most of the translation fields, they sort of give a translation test before you can actually onboard as a freelance translator. You have to pass the test, and if sometimes I wouldn't even pass the test, and it's okay, because you can try again, or you can try another company. Maybe it's not a good fit for you. Who
Right.
knows? It's just keep looking, and the opportunity will open for you.
Right. I like that aspect. Keep pushing, keep working, and the opportunity would look for you. And I think the opportunity has found you because you've worked with Netflix, you've worked with Disney Plus, Samsung, Coca-Cola, P&G, Nivea, Airbnb, and the list keeps going on. And that is like a lucky guess. I like that. I like that type
Yes.
of pushing. So if you are here, you are listening, just keep pushing, and you'll be able to do more. So if you want to, how can we reach out to you? How can people reach out to you?
Well, mostly, I am when I'm working with the clients, I usually contact through emails. But if anyone wants to reach out to me, my I have Instagram and Facebook, and regularly check them. And yeah, there is a very very good chance for you to be able to find me on Clubhouse as well, because I volunteer. I do a lot of volunteer translating on Clubhouse too. So
Great,
yeah.
great, great. Then your words, final words to inspire people. Then
Final
we go
words.
just final words to the world, to anyone listening, and to anyone monitoring. If you are also monitoring, we are live on also I am Radio will be live, and this will keep on playing on I am Radio for a while, and
Mm.
on YouTube we'll be posting this, and also on different platforms. So thank you all for joining us, and final words, and we call it today.
Right. I would like to say, um, don't look for money. Look for your personal growth. Look for look for the opportunities that will make you a better person,
Great.
and the money will follow you. you
Right.
know
So look,
yeah, so it's not always about monetizing. I mean, like, there are a lot of people who, I mean, money is important. It makes your living, of course, but then I also think it is also important to think about, like, how are you going to make your money. If you are going to make your living, is in a way, there are various ways for you to make money, but what kind of road will you choose? And wouldn't it be nice for you to choose a path that will make you grow, and make you become more excited, make you feel like excited for what will happen for that day, what will happen for your life, you know?
great,
Yeah.
great, great. So we have uh, a comment here saying that Khadija Idris. Thank you very much, Khadija, for that comment, and to all those who are monitoring. And you heard her say that yes, money is important, but just don't make it that priority, right? Just make that don't make that your priority. Look for what you can do to add value to society, right? Look for what you can do to help people, and at the end of the day, money will chase you. Money will chase you. So thank you very much, Alice, for coming. And if you have something to add, the time is now. If not, it's late in your wherever you are, I believe. And
Yes, it's
uh,
almost 11 p.m. But yeah,
wow,
yeah. I mean, like, thank you for the invite. I mean, it was. I really, it's actually, I don't really feel that I might not be the best person to interview in terms of translation field. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I am still making mistakes. So there are much better people out there, I think. But thank you for inviting me. And
right, right.
yeah,
I just
and
know,
mhm.
I know one thing. Yeah, I know there are a lot of better people, but you getting the opportunity to do translations for big corporations, and you even getting the opportunity to start living your dreams, to believing that you can make an impact in this world. And that's the important part of it to me. Right.
Yes,
That's very
yep.
important to me. So since you are doing the translation in Korea, why don't you give us some Korean motivation for your Korean people too? I
In
just forgot.
Korean.
Yes. Nice.
오케이. 네. 한국 분들이 이걸 보실지는 모르겠지만
Let's go.
네, 한국어로 얘기하라고 하니까 한국어로 얘기할게요. 네. 혹시 번역이나 통역에 대해서 관심이 있으신 분이 있다면 뭐 인스타그램이나 페이스북으로 얼마든지 연락해 주시고 음 그거 아니더라도 제가 도와드릴 게 있다면 뭐 언제든지 연락해 주시면 좋을 것 같습니다. Yep.
Great. Wow, wow, wow. That's wonderful. I didn't hear any word. Like, so maybe you can do the translation so that we move to English.
Oh, into English.
Yes, yes, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
I just told the Korean audience that they are always welcome to reach out to me if they want to find out about the translation or interpretation industry, or if they want to reach out to me about like how to start a career in the field, or if they are just generally interested in how to you know like begin their career in those fields. Yeah.
Great, great, great. Wow. That's great. Like, so thank you very much, Alice. And we'll get to do more of the interviews, and we'll get to like anytime you feel like you want to come on board to do any of the interviews, to reach out to many audience. The platform is always yours, and I just value the time you've given us. So thank you. A lot of people are commenting and just taking the advice that you are giving, and I can see this from Adija, and she says that the best is to add value to yourself, just like you mentioned. And she's someone who is always learning, and she's also a, a lady in Ghana who is always pushing beyond borders, creating opportunities for herself, trying to make life good for her and her children. So thank you for monitoring, and you can see you are inspiring people. So thank you for coming, and we will get to do this. I appreciate your time, and thank you very much, Alice.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
Right, I appreciate it. Thank you. We'll get to talk after this. Maybe I will WhatsApp you. I will send you a message on Instagram. I appreciate it.
All right.
Right. So thank you very much for doing the monitoring. Thank you for listening. And it all just boils down to what you can do for yourself. So never stop believing, keep showing up, and add value to yourself to add value to people. And with that, you can do more of the life that you have. So never underestimate the life you have. Just like we listened to our sister from South Korea, she says that yes, she started adding value to herself, sending CVs to people just to help them do the translations. And she now has work of people like it. Now in the past, Netflix, Disney Plus, Samsung, Coca-Cola, P&G, Nivea, Airbnb, and the list keeps growing. And she is doing more to add more to herself. So what can't you do? Start now. Start a business, start a project, start freelancing. Whatever you want to do is possible. You can do it. Like you said, you can go through failures. Yes, sometimes they don't call you back or they feel like you're not the best. Don't worry. Look for the next chapter. Look for the next opportunity. Look for the next project. Look for the next whatever you want to work on and do that. It's always possible to live the life you want to live. It's always possible to do whatever you want to do. Thank you very much, Adam Suka, and for being part of this. It's always great to do whatever you want to do. Never underestimate life. Your life is important. Whether you're a Ghanaian, whether you're Nigerian, South Korean, any part of the world that you belong to, you can always make a difference with the little you have. If TV stations don't call you, create your own TV. If radio stations don't call you for interviews, create your own radio. And it's simple to do some of this things. With the smartphone that you have, you can create your own TV. You can create your own reality. You can create your own online radios. Starting now, invest in yourself, add value to yourself. Keep trying and keep trying. And the word is just keep trying. May God help us all. May all the things that we do come to fruition. Thank you very much, Suhini. And thank you very much to all those who been part of this. I appreciate. I appreciate. Ibrahim Mustafa, and I think we call this. We just bring this to a halt, and maybe this evening, let's go for more. I believe in you. This evening, Let's go for more. Yesterday we had Mustafa Yusuf, Honorable Mustafa Yusuf, the Minister for Youth and Sports, joining us, and he made a lot of contributions. So join me this evening, and it's always like almost like after 9, 10:30. Maybe some of you are sleeping by that time, but at the time I want to take action. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go now. I believe in you.